Welcome back to the Open Mic Broadcast Network, the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We've got the guru on the line, Coach Van Pettway. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, Dr. Prince. This is another day that he's given all of us, and we just need to take advantage of it.
We need to take advantage of it, my friend, and the games have began. Phone calls coming from here and yonder, but it's all fine and dandy. It's time for these picks. I know that you are a man of great talents, but we're going to see how your picking skills are going to be for 2024, sir.
Okay, well, look, we both hit it. We both hit it on the head for our first one.
Yes, sir.
You know, this past weekend, Florida A&M tried to give the game away, but they finally won it 24-23. And the internet is all a buzz because everybody's questioning Coach Odoms. You know, Coach Odoms, after they got that penalty, they decided to go for two instead of tying attempting the football to tie the football game up at 24. They went for two, and I watched the game. I didn't have a problem with them going from two. I just didn't like the play.
Right.
When you had the quarterback trying to get into the end zone, your running backs are churning out over 247 yards rushing the football. Why not let them have a crack at that?
Right.
That conversion. So that was my only deal. I understand what he was saying. He came down there to win. He was trying to win the game. I just didn't like that particular play. But going forward for the win, I didn't have a problem with it. A lot of people say it was too much time left in the game for him to do that because that was done at around the 6-minute mark. And so the internet is abuzz, and they're really going after Coach hard and heavy.
Well, the thing about it, if he make it, he's a stinking genius.
Yes.
You know, and so because with the opposite now, as they say, he's a stinking idiot. But it is what it is. That's why you have fan bases. And hopefully they'll rebound and come back and do some more competitive and achieving goals for 2024. Well, Coach, you got your list out, man, so you ready?
Yeah, we're ready. And the action this week starts out on Thursday night. I think these three games that are on Thursday night, first you got Alcorn State at UAB. And, of course, on this particular game, I'm going to go with UAB.
You won't have a fight out of me on that one, sir.
All right, so we're both going with UAB. Jackson State at UL Monroe. That's a head scratcher right there.
Yes, it is. And I'm going to pick SWAC this week on that one. It's a head scratcher, but I'm gonna pick Jackson State. I'm gonna pick Jackson State, sir.
All right, you got Jackson State. I'm gonna go with Louisiana Monroe. All right. Now
that's your one mulligan. Now that's your one mulligan.
Yep. Now Arkansas Pine Bluff is going to the team that Alabama A&M is going to play next year. That's Arkansas, University of Arkansas. How do you see that?
Give me my check, please.
and I'm in agreement with you. So we're both going for Arkansas.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now Saturday. We'll save yours for last. Here we go. You got Bethune-Cookman at South Florida.
South Florida, sir.
Okay, and so will I. This is an easy one. My school, Alabama A&M at Auburn. I'm going with the Auburn Tigers.
You're not gonna pick them Bulldogs, man.
We using sense this year, okay?
You got Coach. Now, come on, now. You know you got your Bulldog Nation be listening to this.
I know that, but I'm also I'm being practical. Coach is going to get a check, okay? He's going to pick that check up. So now, since you have so much faith in the Bulldogs, do you want them?
No, sir. I don't want them. I don't want none of that action. I don't want none of that action, boss.
Right.
No, sir.
Okay, here we go. Next up, Mississippi Valley will be at Tennessee State.
Man, I'd be so torn. And I told you I gave you a mulligan with Jackson State. I'm going with my heart on this one again, man. I'm gonna say the Devils. Give me the Delta Devils, Coach. I know. I'm just a sucker for the underdog, man. And just look. If I had a point spread, I would take the point spread. But I'm gonna go ahead and pick Valley. It's early in the season. We'll make it up down the road.
Okay, and I'm gonna stay with Tennessee State.
Yes, sir.
Okay, on that one. All right, now Southern at McNeese State. How you see
it? Traditionally, I would say McNeese because they're at home, and I think I'm gonna stay on that premises right now. Even though McNeese is struggling a little bit, but I'm gonna say McNeese at home.
All right, I'm with you. I don't think Southern can go on the road and win that game.
Okay.
All right. Next up, Grambling State at Louisiana.
I'll take Louisiana, sir.
And so will I. All right. South Carolina State at Florida A&M.
Woo. FAMU was in a dogfight.
Yep.
They poured it out. They're back at home. And I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. They'll take care of business at home.
And I think so also.
Okay.
All right, so we're both going for FAMU. Now, here we go. Texas Southern at PV.
Need you ask me at all on this one, Coach?
Okay. I already got Dr. Prince down for Prairie View.
Yes, sir.
And I'm going with you. I don't think Texas Southern can go on the road and beat you all.
Okay, on the road, at home, in a phone booth, it don't matter. It don't matter. I'm picking my Panthers all the way on this one, and we'll deal with the next week on the next week. But this week is going to be all purple and gold, sir.
I got you. And
yes,
so that'll
sir.
take care of week one for us. No, we got September the 1st, which will be Labor Day. Alabama State versus North Carolina Central.
Interesting game. I'm going to take Alabama State, sir.
Oh, I am too. I'm going with State. I believe in Eddie Robinson.
Yes, sir. I believe this is the year for Alabama State to rise out of the East.
Yep. And this game will be a big barometer.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell the story.
Yes, sir. Now, do you have your MEAC?
But I got the MEAC schedule. The only one that's even close is going to be Morgan State at Hampton, because the rest of them they're playing up.
I'll take Morgan State.
Okay. And I'm going to go with Hampton.
Oh, we got a good divide this first week, sir.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So that's the tiebreaker. That'll be the tiebreaker. You got Morgan State. I got Hampton, and that's week one. We got it in the books.
We got it in the books, and we ready, as they say, to get it all set, locked and loaded. Now I got a topic for you, Coach.
Yes.
And it's been buzzing. It's a little bit outside of the HBCU footprint, but it has a little residue of an HBCU footprint, if it makes any sense. And that's Coach Deion Sanders. Banning folks, not talking to folks, blocking folk out. Do you think, A, the media is making too much of this, or is Deion being too sensitive?
I think he's being too sensitive, I'm being honest. Because the media, they have a job to do. I did understand or listen to him the other day where he tried to say that this guy is only making personal attacks, that was the difference. And then for the university or the athletic department to back him, saying that they agree that they're not going to talk to this one reporter, I just think it's wrong. I think they're being too sensitive.
Okay. Do you think, well, I know this for a fact, I don't know if it's having an impact on the actual team itself, but if they lose to North Dakota State this weekend, or if it's even remotely close, they're going to come with fire and brimstone, brother.
Well, let me tell you something. You better get ready now. North Dakota State is one of the top football programs in the nation.
Yes, sir.
They can play.
Yes, sir.
That is not Colorado. I think picked the wrong opponent for opening day.
Okay.
Because when you look at the history of North Dakota State, they don't know nothing but winning. And I think they're in trouble. I think Colorado's in trouble.
You're gonna make me pull a bonus pick out, Coach. Who you taking in this one, Coach? Are you taking North Dakota?
No, I think eventually, some things are gonna happen in that game where it's gonna go in Colorado's favor at the end. In other words, this is gonna be like back in the day, one of them good old swac home games. That's what I'm trying to say. That I think Colorado. The Big 12 is not going to allow North Dakota State to get out of there.
Okay, then. Okay, it's going to definitely be interesting and to see how it goes. But when you look at the dynamics that Sanders has brought to college football, we just want to say Colorado, what he did at Jackson State, what he's doing at Colorado, and I'm still scratching my head how he can be Sportsman of the Year with a 4-8 record, but it is what it is. Do you see him staying at Colorado or even on the college level much longer?
I don't see him staying at Colorado. I think he wants to be on the collegiate level, but I don't think it's going to be at Colorado.
Okay.
I think Deion will end up at another Power 5 school with better weather.
Well, his alma mater, or where he played, because he didn't graduate from FSU, they got beat up in Dublin. Right. Could you see him possibly being with FSU?
If FSU call right now, he'll be down there this evening.
Okay. No doubt about it, Coach?
No doubt about it.
Okay. Well, we'll continue to keep a little monitor on that thing there to see how it unfolds. But you think he's being a bit too sensitive, huh?
Yes, I do.
For a guy who talks the talk and walks the walk, you would expect a little bit more out of him from that, huh?
Right. You got to. I think when you put yourself out there like that, you got to expect people to come after you when you're not successful. Mm-hmm. And they have not been successful. I mean, after they won that first game, he prophesied about what was going on. And that's why the reporter said, okay, he's not a prophet. Yeah, and it's the truth.
He's talking about false prophet.
False prophet, yes, I'm sorry. False prophet, yes.
Oh, man. Well, like I say, to each his own, and let them settle it out on the field. But as I say, the lip talking is going to be set aside come this weekend and let it do what it needs to do. Now, our hero topic of the week, man, has got to be Delaware State. They had some traveling woes.
Yep.
They went to
Going
Hawaii.
out to Hawaii. Yep.
And first and foremost, that's too far to go for $300,000.
Wow.
What you say, 300, 350, whatever the case was, wasn't enough money. Then you get a commercial flight that you miss because of bus transportation problems. And they did cover the spread. I think they were a 40-point underdog, but they have the moral victory. But they played close, and they, like I said, just ran out of gas. My concern is, why do we put ourselves in these situations for that little bit of money?
Right. That was not enough money. I don't know who signed that contract, but yeah, somebody just wanted a trip. That's all that is. You think that's what?
Yeah, well, they did get the trip with the breakup of the team going in different flights. So maybe they did do a little sightseeing or whatever. But now they got a short trip and they'll get back started. And they have another non-conference opponent. But man, what a way to earn your money, huh?
Yep, absolutely.
So when you look at our overall dynamics, which is I'm all about keep it reasonable. And I'm not worried about what the Power Fours are doing because they got their own agenda. But and it's not much, I guess, locally in that Delaware area where you can pick up a good game, though, huh?
Right, because, see, their next game is against Sacred Heart. They're up in Connecticut.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And speaking of Connecticut, I know you're a basketball guy. Do you like the move that the Big 12 is trying to make with UConn?
No, UConn needs to stay where they are on that East Coast and playing on the East Coast. That's where they've gained their notoriety. They need to stay out there.
Well, Coach, the Big 12 trying to make a statement. They say the SEC and the Big 10 are known for the gridiron. We're going to be known for the hardwood.
Yeah. And then what's the ACC going to tell them?
ACC going to tell them that we're going to always be competitive. Now, I will say this about the ACC. I'm not a big ACC football fan.
But basketball, yeah.
Yeah, it's basketball country, but they put their hats on Clemson and Florida State, and I've never been moved by neither one of them, especially since what happened in Dublin this past weekend. But I'm not really moved one way or the other by the ACC, and I keep a tab on the Big 12 because I grew up in Big 12 country out of Missouri. Right. You know, but it's interesting. I think it's all getting out of hand, and before you know it, you might end up with UConn, FSU, and Memphis, and one other end up going to the Big 12.
Right, but I just don't think UConn should do that. They should stay on the East Coast.
Well, you know what they say: money talk, everything else walk. Coach.
That's true.
You know, and they're trying to bring them up to speed with their football program. They say they'll put that on hold, and what UConn is looking at moving to the Big 12 will help them get the revenues to help bolster their struggling football program.
Right, but see, I wouldn't sacrifice my basketball program. You got a championship basketball program. Why, both men and women? So why sacrifice that for football? Forget about football. Let those teams, those basketball teams, continue to represent the East. And when I mention the ACC, I'm talking about them in basketball. The Big 12 will not. They can add whoever they want to. They're not going to match up with the ACC when it comes to basketball. Right.
Especially when we talk about them blue bloods, because
right.
When you talk about basketball or football, for that matter, in the Big 12, I don't see a blue blood anywhere in the mix. Well, in basketball, I can say Kansas.
Right, and that's why they're trying to get UConn to come over there to join them as blue bloods, but they need to stay where they are. Okay.
And when you think, I'm trying to remotely think now, basketball, we're talking. Kansas, of course. I would call Baylor not a blue blood, maybe a blue collar.
And then Texas Tech. Texas Tech has, they got a good program out there in basketball, but no matter how many names you call out, they're not going to match up with the ACC.
Making grounds now. U of H is making grounds now.
Yep.
To get they are part of the Big 12, but they still a blue collar. They're not a blue blood. That's a tall order, Coach. That's a tall order.
Right.
You know, but we shall see how all of this stuff unfolds with this week one. Now, I'm going to give you a chance, Coach. We done made our picks. You don't want to go back and change nothing, do you?
Oh, no, I'm good with mine. I'm great. And look, they're in ink, so there's no changing them now, okay?
And, of course, after our picks, we'll start with our letter grades that we're going to be giving out. And with FAMU being under the belt, what letter grade you going to give FAMU, sir?
Well, I'm going to give them an A- now because that was not what they showed me is that they do have a quarterback. Cunningham did a pretty good job, but I'm worried about their defense. To give up over 200 yards rushing, that's not FAMU football.
Right.
So they get an A- from me.
A-, I'm going to give them a B+, because the dark cloud was really like a sunny cloud when it comes to the defense. Yep. They won the game. I guess that's all that matters.
Right.
When you're coming out with that first game everything is not as polished as you would want it to be. But they did have some struggles, but they were able to overcome those struggles to get the most important and elusive win to go ahead with what is it now, 11, 12 games in a row that they've won.
Correct.
And so I give them a B+, and we'll see how they straighten things out when they get back in action on this week. So with that, Coach, we got the first week of the football season under our belt. I want to give you some closing thoughts and comments, my man.
Well, I'm looking forward, Dr. Prince, I'm looking forward to this entire season, football season. I'll be traveling this weekend and watch those Bulldogs go down to the Plains. And I just want us to just make sure that we're giving all of our best efforts in making sure that we're picking the right people on these wins, because at the end of the year, there's only going to be one champion.
Yeah, that's me. That's me, Coach. You know,
okay.
You're so kind, Coach. You're so kind. You know, and you don't have to concede just yet, but I gave you a couple of mulligans this week. And I picked with my heart. I picked Jackson and Valley.
Yep.
You know, but you know, after that, we turn the turbos on, baby.
Oh yes.
We turn the turbos on. So, with that being said, it's always a joy and a pleasure to talk sports with you, sir. It's a part of my week. And let me say this, we got people that listen to the program regularly, love what you bring to the table, and love the genuine perspectives that you bring to the table, man, and we're just thankful to have you part of the program.
I'm just happy to be here, Doc.
Well, he is the guru, Coach Van Pettway, that will be dragging at the end of the football season, but it's just the way that it goes. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. I want to thank you guys so much for joining in with us. Follow me on Twitter X at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network, and don't forget to check out our 24-hour stream with content galore at obnradio.com. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.